Bello Turji has struck again, and this time, the notorious bandit leader has made his presence felt in the early days of 2026 with a brazen attack that has left residents of Sokoto State in fear and anguish. Armed bandits loyal to Toji stormed a community in Sabon Birni local government area, carrying out a terrifying raid that resulted in the abduction of over 20 innocent residents. This latest assault marks what many are calling Toji's first major operation of the new year, and it serves as a grim reminder that the security challenges plaguing northwestern Nigeria are far from over. The attack happened in the quiet hours when families were going about their normal routines, completely unaware of the danger approaching their doorsteps. Witnesses say the bandits arrived in large numbers, heavily armed and riding motorcycles, which has become their signature mode of operation. They moved through the community with brutal efficiency, rounding up men, women, and even young people, forcing them at gunpoint to follow their captors into the surrounding bushes. The terror and confusion that gripped the community during those moments is something that no one should ever have to experience. Parents were separated from their children, husbands from their wives, and the sound of gunfire echoed through the air as the bandits fired warning shots to intimidate anyone who might think of resisting. What makes this attack particularly disturbing is the boldness with which these criminals operated. Sabon Birni local government area has been a hotspot for banditry for years now. Yet, despite the presence of security forces and repeated promises from government officials about crushing these criminal networks, Bello Turji and his men continue to operate with what seems like complete impunity. The fact that they could enter a community, spend time selecting their victims, and then escape without any immediate intervention raises serious questions about the effectiveness of the security architecture in place. How is it possible that in 2026, with all the technology and resources available, bandits can still carry out mass abductions in broad daylight or under the cover of darkness without being stopped? Toji himself has become something of a notorious figure in the region. His name alone strikes fear into the hearts of many residents across Sokoto, Zamfara, and neighboring states. He has been linked to countless attacks, kidnappings, cattle rustling operations, and killings over the years. There have been several reports in the past suggesting that he was willing to negotiate or even surrender, but those moments have come and gone without any lasting peace. Instead, what we see is a pattern of violence that continues to escalate, with innocent civilians paying the heaviest price. The communities in these affected areas live in constant fear, never knowing when the next attack will come or who will be taken next. The families of those abducted are now facing an agonizing wait. In situations like this, the bandits typically demand ransom payments before releasing their captives. This has become a tragic business model for these criminal groups, who have turned kidnapping into a lucrative enterprise. Families are often forced to sell their belongings, borrow money from relatives, or seek help from their communities just to raise the funds needed to secure the release of their loved ones. Even then, there is no guarantee that the bandits will honor their word. Some victims have been held for weeks or even months, enduring unimaginable conditions in the forest camps where they are kept. Others have tragically lost their lives in captivity. Now, if you are enjoying this gist and you want to stay updated on all the latest happenings across Nigeria, please do not forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update, because we bring you the real stories that matter, the ones affecting real people in real time. The government's response to this ongoing crisis has been a source of frustration for many Nigerians. While officials often issue statements condemning these attacks and promising to bring the perpetrators to justice, the reality on the ground tells a different story. The military and police have conducted operations in these bandit-infested areas, and there have been some successes, but the problem persists. Critics argue that more needs to be done, from better intelligence gathering to improved coordination between security agencies, and perhaps most importantly, addressing the root causes that allow banditry to thrive in the first place. Poverty, unemployment, the proliferation of illegal weapons, and porous borders all contribute to creating an environment where groups like Turjis can recruit, arm themselves, and operate with relative freedom. For the residents of Sabon Birni and surrounding communities, the psychological toll is immense. Many have been displaced multiple times, forced to abandon their homes, farmlands, and livelihoods because staying means risking their lives. Children in these areas have had their education disrupted, with schools closing down due to security concerns. Farmers cannot access their fields during planting or harvest seasons, leading to food insecurity and economic hardship. The social fabric of these communities is being torn apart, and the long-term consequences of this crisis will be felt for generations. This latest attack by Bello Turji's group also raises questions about what strategy will finally bring an end to this cycle of violence. Is it purely a military solution that is needed, or is there more emphasis on dialogue and addressing the grievances that some of these groups claim to have? Some experts have suggested that a combination of approaches might be necessary, including military pressure, community engagement, economic development programs, and efforts to cut off the financial networks that sustain these criminal enterprises. Whatever the solution may be, one thing is clear: the status quo is unacceptable, and the people of northwestern Nigeria deserve better. What do you think should be done to stop Bello Turji and his bandits once and for all? Should the government take a harder military approach, or is there room for negotiation and rehabilitation programs? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below, because we want to hear from you. This is a conversation that affects all of us as Nigerians, and your voice matters.